You cannot tap into your level of genius and position your identity and you charge low or you subcharge yourself. You have to be a premium brand. If your income disappears as fast as it arrives, you are not building income. You are surviving, and survival was never the goal. Wealth is. Welcome back to my channel. I am 𝐤𝐸𝐶, founder of the Wealth Icon system, and today we are breaking chains. This is not just another talk about budgeting. This is a call to awaken your financial identity and walk into the system that breaks the paycheck to paycheck for good. So, if you are a coach, a consultant, an entrepreneur, and someone with gifts to give, but your bank account is not reflecting your brilliance, this video is for you. The illusion of just enough. Let's start with what no one talks about. The paycheck to paycheck cycle is not always about a lack of money. It is often a reflection of a broken model of self-worth, pricing, and positioning. We have been taught to earn and spend, but rarely are we taught to create and grow. Here's a hard truth. You can't build a legacy from leftovers. If your money is built on labor only, you are one crisis away from financial collapse. Wealth begins when you shift from working for money to making money work for you. What did I mean by saying that? How do you make your money work for you when you are sleeping? Don't forget that wealthy people, they build systems, while broke people, they make noise. There's so many ways that you can literally tap into your identity, your expert, your genius, to create a premium offer that not only positions you, but scales over time. When you align all these things together, you use your money to work for you. Like, when is the last time that you create something that benefits not only you, but more people? And one thing that you have to know in this life, we are two entities. We have the consumer entity and we have the producer entity. Like, let's take for instance, a lot of people have genius. A lot of people have skills, but are they monetizing that skills? Are they packaging that skills in a right way that attract people who are ready to exchange their debit card or credit cards for what they have to offer? And everybody have skills, but a lot of people are broke. People who are well skilled, they are broke because they are not tapping into their genius. They are not creating a leverage, something that can outlive them. They are not putting system together. And this particular thing makes a lot of people fall in financial crisis because they are not making money when they are sleeping. And if you are not making money when you are sleeping, when do you want to start creating wealth? Because wealth is going to be far away from you. So, in order for you to be able to break the cycle of paycheck to paycheck, you must create a system. You must create something that somebody apart from you can be able to make. And in reward, you become a community service. Because whatever thing that you create is a community service towards a transformation. Until you put a transformational offer out there with a compelling story behind it and a proven result, by the time you position your offer and align your identity with that offer, then the right people will actually approach you. Now, welcome to wealth creation. Like, a lot of people have cell phones, just like the one that I have right here with me. There's thousands of content that is being created in a day. Content do varies. I'm not talking about probably content that you are watching right now, but what about transformational program? And creating wealth does not only centers around what you consume, but it centers around how do you use your intellect? How do you use your mind? Because for you to be able to create wealth, you have to first create it in your mind. You have to first design it. A future that is not well planned, you will not know how. So you have to first plan it in your subconscious. That is exactly the foundation of wealth. That is where the wealth begins. Let's take, for instance, any amount of income that you want to make in a year, in a month, in a day. You first have to record it here. Then the next thing is you go to work for it. Because the way the life is being designed and the way the economy or the way the education system have been designed is for us to go to work, apply for a job, work for an employer, help other people build their dreams, and they pay us for our time. But you can change that narrative. Because if I can change the narrative, you can do as well. And where you are watching me, you can design your own economy. Whereas, even if there's crisis in the entire world, it cannot even get closer. Now, how do you create your own economy? By creating things that other can make use of apart from you. I mean, more than you. Not only you, but other people can use stuff. So, and there's many things that you can create because you already have the skills. All what it takes you is to align your identity and put a framework together, put a system together, and go for it. Create it. And you don't even need no permission from anybody because a lot of people, they are waiting for permission. They are waiting for them to get right. They are waiting for everything to become perfect. But you can never get that perfection. You learn as you embrace the journey. You learn as you go. So, for you to break the cycle of financial crisis, you must be able to create a community service. You must be able to bring a value, bring that genius in you, pour it down into the marketplace. Let markets appraise it for you. Now, see how this transformation can be able to change people's life. And don't forget that people don't buy emotion. I mean, people don't buy offer. People buy emotion that is behind the offer. People buy the transformation that is behind the offer. People buy the time that is behind the offer. And people buy speed that is behind the offer. So, what are your skills? What are your genius? How can you leverage your genius to create wealth and build a legacy? Don't forget, we are created in the image of God. So if God created us and God instructed us to go out there and create, why are we not creating things? Why are we not making an offer? Because the only way anyone can break even is by creating an offer. Create something that other people can benefit in exchange to the value that transformation is going to give them. That's the only way to break out from paycheck to paycheck. I'm not talking about traditional paycheck where you go and work for people, because that's traditional paycheck. They design your own paycheck. But you can literally write your own check, customize your own check, design how much you want to make, only if you can build this system. And there's a lot of systems that you can put together that can allow you to put those things into frictions. So if I may ask you, what is one financial habit you have normalized that is keeping you stuck? Because if you have an habit that is keeping you stuck to tap into your potential, I think it is time for you to unveil it. What is the one financial habit I have been normalized that is keeping me stuck from moving towards my wealth creation? And here is where it gets deeper. The way you earn, spend, and save is tied to your identity. Your belief about money are often inherited, not chosen. Maybe you are taught that money is hard to come by. You can imagine all those belief systems, all those lie identity. But what I want you to know is that be grateful for what you have. Is it greedy to want more? Or it is greedy to want more. Let me put it that way. You can imagine that there's a lot of lie identity that those believe that they say, right, that if you pay more money, you will lose your life, you will lose your soul. But my friend, let me tell you, there's nothing that you can do right now without a freedom of financial freedom. Because when you have enough resources, you'll be able to carry out some charitable service. You'll be able to transform other people's life. You'll be able to give, especially in this particular crisis that we are in the country, where there's a lot of homeless everywhere. Not because these people are not smart, not because they are not skills, but because they are far away from awareness. And again, many people, not all, like to settle for less. They want to keep in the comfort zone. And when you keep in the comfort zone, not that you are greedy, but because the society have already programmed every one of us in that stage. because I was there before. I know how it feels. So I know how you feel when you step out. Like, you know what? I need to change the trajectory of my family, my life. I need to do what is not convenience. Like sitting down here, I could have go and play ball or go watch some soccer or go and hang out with friends, but I choose to be here because of you. Because if I can do it, oh yeah, you can do it. Every single thing that cycle around wealth, freedom, has a price. Even when you wake up to go and work for an employer on a daily basis, which I did long time ago when I was working for an employer, I wake up 5 o'clock because they own my time. Do you know what it takes when people set a time for you? The people call it discipline, where it's great discipline, but what do you feel if you set your own time? You design your own time. You design the amount of what you want to make. You design the time you want to wake up. How beautiful is it? And you design the level of giving that you want to support the people around your society, your loved ones, the things that you cherish most. You can only, have this if you have the resources. And again, gratitude. Regardless of anywhere you are, be thankful, be grateful. Because if you practice the gratitude, it opens the door of paycheck to paycheck. It takes that away and replace it to abundance. Because wealth comes in abundance. You need to practice the ideas of gratitude. Like when I wake up in the morning, I always say, I'm grateful for my bank account because it's breathing what I want it to breathe. Like, how can you wake up and you say, because your bank account is still be able to pay what you need to pay, is still be able to do the investment that you want to use, you want him to do, because it's a machine and it's still functioning. It's gratitude. You don't have to have millions. You don't have to have billions before you have to start appreciating the little that you have. Because the more you appreciate, the more it flows back. Every single milestone deserves an appreciation. And it circles around how you can be able to shift. Because if you able to get to a next chapter of your life, if you factor the gratitude, you have that mental syntax to be able to plan to do something greater. Within that frame of mind, you will be not greedy, but you'll be appreciated to get more. But listen, your financial future is hidden inside your identity. Not your income, but your identity. How are you attaching your identity to your breakthrough? What are you bringing in the marketplace? What type of value are you creating in the marketplace? But the value is what the marketplace pay. They don't pay your offer. They don't pay for your time. They pay for the value. And the higher your value, the premium you get paid. And I love premium. And I believe you might love premium too. So, how are you compiling your value? How are you transcending your value to the intent, to your people, to the people that you're already called to serve? Because I'm called to serve community service. That's what I'm doing. Giving a free content. That's what I'm doing. What is your own community service? What are you called to do? Are you tapping into your identity to create the financial future that you want for yourself, for your family? What process are you putting together? How are you streamlining your process? How are you streamlining your offers? What are your systems? Because you must have a system in order to scale. For you to be able to break out from the cycle of brutality, you must be able to solve a problem. And it's doable. You can do it. Because if I can do it, why not you? You can. You have all the skills, you have all the strengths, you have every single things that you might think of. But you have to align your positioning to your identity, because that is where your genius begins. And that's where the breakthrough from that hidden paycheck to paycheck, living on the survivor mode, that is the only way that you can get it free. Unless you do it. Until you shift your self-image from inner to owner, nothing change. If you create stuff, you own something, because you're going to create a system around it. But if you cannot create something, you own nothing. Then the paycheck to paycheck cycle is often a sign that you are aiming beneath your identity, or spending from emotional difficulties or deceits. Why do you want to spend below your identity? Because you can do more. Because we have been made in the image and likeness of God. The good Lord have already created us. I don't know your belief, but based on my belief, The good Lord have already created us. He creates, and He wants us to create and have dominion over what we create. I hear that from Myron Golden. He created us, and He wants us to create and have dominion. Actually, it's in the Bible. I usually hear it from Him every time. I want you to write down, what do you learn about money when you are growing up? Is that belief serving you, or is it sabotaging you? You can freak it. You can turn it like this. What did I learn about money growing up? Is that belief serving me, or is it sabotaging me? So that question for you. And that is where you want to now, think through. What is your next move? How are you serving? What problem are you bringing to the table? How are you addressing the problem? Because there's a lot of problem, and we need a lot of people to create stuff. And when you create stuff that have a crystal clear messaging, people are ready to pay for it, because people just have to pay. That's it. And the transformation is in the transaction. The more transformation you bring, the more solution, the more value you bring in the marketplace, the more you gain. So go and think about what problem you are meant to solve with your beautiful skills, with your experts. Then the power of premium thinking. Let's talk about premium thinking. Yeah, I love premium. One major cause of the paycheck trap is undervaluing your genius. Yeah, when you are undervaluing your genius, you'll be in this paycheck trap cycle. If you are a coach or expert charging low fees to be accessible, you are not building wealth. You are building resentment and burnout. I believe that hits home. If you want everybody to say yes, yes, yes to your offer, and because of that, you started lowering your value, you are building a burnout, because you cannot be able to scale, because you cannot be able to charge premium. And even if your charging is super low, people will not even going to believe in you. Then you are sabotaging your identity. Why do you want to sabotage your identity? Because if you do so, you're still going to fall back to paycheck trap cycling. So why can't you go premium? Increase the value, increase the transformation, charge premium, leverage on systemize your process, and scale. Your pride should reflect the transformation, not your fears. Because if you go premium, people know you as a premium brand. Let's look into automotive. Like there's Toyota, there's Bentley, there's Ferrari, there's Lamborghini, right? There's Mercedes. You can see all those ones that I mentioned, and there's Hyundai, and there is Toyota, there's Ford. All these are brands, but they are brand of a class. If you identify your identity to be someone who owns a Rolls Royce, then you go for a Rolls Royce, because you just want to identify yourself as a Rolls Royce owner, and you go based on that brand. If you want to identify yourself as Hyundai on a low level, which is great, good, nice car, beautiful one, you identify yourself. But now, if you pack Hyundai and you pack Rolls Royce, people respect you because of the brand you acquaint yourself to. Same thing when it comes to identity. And identity goes with premium. You cannot tap into your level of genius and position your identity and you charge low, or you subcharge yourself. You have to be a premium brand, because if you want to, give value, you have to be premium. You must be a premium. And when you are premium, if you are, operating from your inner genius, you are tapping into the transformation of wealth, and you are breaking the cycle. So to break the cycle, you must stop selling time, start selling outcome. Package your expert into a premium offers. Then move from freelancer to founder energy. Who just, because when you're a freelancer, trust me, you overwork, you overdeliver, you burn out. All these things come around that. But if you are a founder energy, people who create like massive transformation for tens of thousands of people, trust me, that is where you smell the wealth. So let me ask you, how much should I charge? To what is the value of the transformation to my ideal clients? So you are doing premium pricing appraisal. Let's say this is how you do premium pricing appraisal. You weigh the transformation, not the transaction, not the process himself, not the time, but what's the transformation? How can they get the result fast? what is it going to cost them if they take this transformation? That is exactly what you are charging. You are basing, that is exactly the investments that your transformation will cost. Not that what am I charging, but what is the transformation? What's the value? What is the value packed in the offer? And now let me set you free. System sets you free. Budgeting is important. Yes, but budgeting alone does not build wealth. What you need are systems. You need a system that can be able to buy back your time. You need a system that can be able to allow you to deliver the transformation effortlessly. And that is where the system becomes super important, because with the system, your offer, your clarity, your system give you financial freedom. Now you're already been out from paycheck to paycheck cycle, but now you are building something. Now you need a system. So the system is the one that builds the wealth, because you don't forget the wealthy people, they build a system. And when you build a system, because the system is the one that gives your clients, your customer, the highest level of delivery. But without the system, you'll be on burnout. And you don't want to be burnout, because you cannot be chasing wealth. You have to be smart about this. You cannot want to build a wealth and sacrifice your health, because your health is very important. And that is why system comes in. You don't rise to your goals. You fall to your system, because you cannot scale what you don't systemize. Clarity plus system equals freedom. That is my wealth icon system framework. You cannot scale what you don't systemize. In order for you to scale any practice, any offer, any transformation, any value, you have to systemize, because the system gives you the freedom that you have been looking for. The system allows you to do those things that you have been dreaming of doing, because the system is a pathway for delivery, and it makes you to buy back your time. You leverage on the system, and why the beneficiary, which is the client, the customer, have the highest level of transformation, because they have the system. And you secure your time for something great, for something better, for your loved ones, for the things that you like to enjoy. So you need a system. And if you put all this together, you'll be able to break through the cycle of paycheck to paycheck. The three systems that helps break the paycheck cycle. Let me give you that. Investments, money flow system, automate saving, investing, giving and spending. Then offer system, turn your knowledge into a premium offer that sells. Then you have to have a marketing system. Use content, community and clarity to generate demand. Those are the three systems that help break paycheck cycle. If you can, money flow system, offer system and marketing system. Then if I may ask, which of these systems are you missing right now? I want you to type it in the video descriptions. Either is the money, either is the offer, or if it's a marketing, put that in the chat, because that way we can be able to know where the struggle starts. Then we can be able to craft a solution around it, or give a recommendation how you can be able to navigate those stuff. I hope you are picking what I'm dropping, and I believe so. Every person watching this has the capacity to shift from financial stress to strategic wealth, but information alone will not do it. You need implementation. So here is my next step. Audit your mindset. Audit your system, your belief system. What beliefs are keeping you stuck in scarcity? Package your genius. What skills, results, or transformation are people already asking you for? Create a premium system, one that delivers results. Free your time and build legacy. Because when you put all this together, you embrace the wealth. Because wealth is not accidental. It is engineered by clarity, courage, and commitment. Those are the only way you can be able to break the cycle of paycheck and embrace the wealth, because the frequency of wealth is super fast, and you have to embody it, and you have to embrace a new belief system around how money works. It's called the money game. How do you play the money game? I'm going to have a video around that, maybe subsequent in the future. I will have something like that. The money game. You already got the genius. Now it is time to activate the system. If this message says something in you, I want to personally invite you to the Wealth Icon Masterclass. Inside the training, I will show you how to break limiting money patterns, how to design and price your premium offer, and how to shift from client chasing to wealth creating. Click the link in the descriptions or comment to register. Let's break the cycle for good. I want to leave you with one question, and here is it. What is one mindset shift or strategy you are committing to this week to break free from the paycheck cycle? Let's learn from each other. Drop your answer below, and I'll be more than happy to reply it. Until then, I still remain humble. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please do so that I can be able to get the latest info and the latest video on our release. And if you know anybody that this video is going to bless, please do us a favor. Help us share the video so that I can get a wider view and they can benefit from it. Until then, thank you so much for trading your golden treasure of value with me, which is time. I value your time. Thank you so much. I don't take it for granted. And until then, and I'm so happy to invest in you as well. And I hope to see you face to face, eye to eye, where we have a good conversation together about wealth creation. And I see you, my friend. Be blessed by the best. Peace.